I think back on this topic of deep friends, I think I get misunderstood about being a deep person. Kind
Why
of like
you think people think that you're surface level?
yes,
Yeah, I don't think
I appreciate that,
that.
but I think I've gotten told this where it's like in high school, like I would just like listen to rap music. I would be in the basketball team, play
Yeah.
sports. I was like basically like a sports jock, I guess.
Oh, really?
I guess I don't know, but
Star athlete.
no. Anyways, well, my whole like I guess reputation was just being like an athlete,
Hmm.
and I guess sometimes I don't know. I've just gotten told like, wow, I really didn't expect you to do this.
Mm,
Like I didn't expect you to be so interested in this,
yeah.
or I didn't expect you to be like so interested in in a conversation.
Hmm.
Like I'll talk with somebody and then I'll ask a follow up question, or even me. This is me even experience with somebody else. Like I don't think that they're very interested, and they'll ask me how's my day,
Hmm.
and I'll tell them about my day, and then they'll ask a follow up question. I'm like still trying to be like stop the conversation, like one word answer, and then they'll keep going like, oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like tell me more about that, and I'm like, oh, this is really nice. Like
Hmm.
I didn't expect you to be like very interested,
Yeah, and that invested.
that invested in somebody random.
Hmm.
And I think some people, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but like I've heard that sometimes I don't seem interested, or I don't seem like I don't seem that I would be interested in their lives,
Hmm.
when genuinely I'm like, no, like tell me more. Like I don't want to hear about my life. Like
Yeah.
like tell me more, please.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you know what I mean? And even not in bad things. Like I feel like sometimes I get misunderstood as like being really into something else, and then I'm just like, no, actually no.
Mm.
Like I don't know. I feel like I can pick and choose a lot of things, and it's not set in. Oh, I'm just this type of person. Like you
Hmm.
ever get that where it's like, oh, Sam is just this type of person,
Hmm.
or like, and then you hear it and you're like, well, that's actually not true.
Yes. Yeah.
Why do you say? Yeah.
No, like because I've dealt with that so much.
In what way?
I feel like this doesn't get talked about a lot, like the almost identity crisis that comes with like just being growing up like quiet because holy cow, like
Ooh, that's interesting.
when you grow up quiet there's like there's I mean, and honestly this comes for like even like the loud kids, you know. um there's just like a lot of stereotypes that are placed upon you that like I just like people would be telling me all these things about like what they claim is me so many times, like as a quiet person, like at school, um and like social events or like even like at work, because like when I first started working, like I just was kind of the type to just go to work and just kind of do my job. um like I said, I'm not really the type to introduce myself to people, and I'm really shy that like it's hard for me to make like good connections with like my coworkers and stuff like that. um but like I've been told like so many things, like if I smile, if I smile, or if I like genuinely like laugh, um or even if like if I just start flowing in a conversation, it people have pointed it out to me where they're like, oh my gosh, you're laughing, like as if I'm not capable of like excitement and being like happy,
Oh,
because I'm just like so quiet
so it is
and
like an
to
identity
myself.
crisis in terms of like people assuming something, and then you finding like finding like defining yourself kind of through people assuming things.
Yeah, when I do get excited about something, like I feel like I show it.
Hmm.
I get excited about a lot of things. But like, gosh, if you were to put me in like my hometown, if I were to show that same excitement in the ways that I do now, people would think it was like so weird. Um, literally, this is something that has like stuck with me. This was like in middle school. I was sitting in class, and there was this like kid behind me, one of my classmates. We were doing a group activity, I guess, and I was just being quiet per usual, just like not even bothering anybody.
Hmm.
And one of my classmates, I think after we were done with the activity, he was just like, "So like, do you ever like talk?" And I was like,
It's kind of
"Yeah,
hurtful.
yeah." I mean, I was just talking now, and he's like, you know what? I bet you're like the type of person that just like goes home and reads, and like you don't even like talk to your family and all that. And I was like, the heck, like,
Like at least I go on YouTube.
like, what? I was just like, oh gosh, I didn't know what to say
Hmm.
to that. It really felt as though they were like trying to make fun of me,
Hmm.
sort of thing, for my quietness. I've been told before also like
And being
um
quiet isn't a bad thing.
being what?
Being quiet isn't a bad thing.
It isn't a bad thing. You know, I'm not gonna lie, the one thing that I will like stand on is that even though my introvertedness has put me in situations that like where I've questioned why am I so quiet,
Uh-huh.
like I love being an introvert. And I think there's a lot of power in it. Which I can go off in another tangent about that. But I've also been told like one time before, like another group project where like I started talking and they literally have cut me short mid sentence. They're like, "Oh, you talk," and I was like, "What the heck?" Or oh my gosh, this was another incident in the same class. This is like the middle of the school year, and I go up to my teacher to ask a question about like my homework, and I was just like, why did this need to be said? But another classmate of mine, he was like, he sits right next to the teacher's desk, and out of nowhere, he's like, "Wait, she's in our class?" And this was like mid school year. Like we're in a class of like what, like 25 people. Like it's really not that hard to like, or I just would have thought by now. But even the quiet people, the other quiet people in my class, like you know faces, and it's just like the fact that like they had to go and like exclaim it out loud for other people to hear. Like
Hmm.
I don't know, it would get to me where I'm just like, ugh. Like people really think that I'm boring, that I read all day. I would always get called like super smart, which
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a compliment, but like I think people meant it as like I probably spend my days just like reading books and textbooks and studying when I never studied for shit. I never studied. I actually have horrible study habits because I never studied in high school. And I mean, I would get good grades, but if you asked me a year later to retain any of that knowledge, I don't know anything, you know?
Mm.
I just have the ability to know what I need to know for the test. Good. Do the job.
Good.
Move on, right?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, like when people would say like, "Oh, like Sam's like just like she's like super smart and all that." I know that they don't mean that like I'm smart. They just mean that I probably spend all my time studying in the corner by myself,
Uh-huh.
sort of thing.
Do you ever hear your parents talk about you?
Like as quiet
No, no, just like
or just
explaining your personality to somebody else. You know when
melody.
you like introduce or like you meet a new family member and then they like meet you and then
Yeah,
they're talking about but then they're talking about you.
yeah. I don't know if my parents have ever talked about like my personality, but I think just like more of like my interest. And sometimes I'm just like, I'm not interested in that anymore, or
Wait,
like I'm not
that's
as interested in that as like you're trying to come off.
yeah, I
And
agree with that.
like oh my gosh, like we both have a shared interest of BTS, right? And I love BTS. I love BTS. But like
You had to say it
tell me
twice.
why. No, because like I just like want to see. I love BTS. But even though I love them a lot, and you know, there was a time when like I listened to their music a lot. I watched a lot of their content, my dad would make it as if like when he would talk about it to other people, he would talk as if like I was like overly obsessed with like these Korean boys and Korean culture, and like I'm not like I was not in that way. They made it seem like I was like I don't know, because I just love BTS, but I'm not like super fangirl like, oh my gosh, like
Uh-huh.
posters like everywhere, like merch, like I had to go to your concert, like nah, nah, nah.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It would just be like, or like maybe I just did one thing like,
Learn to dance.
yeah, something like that, and suddenly they're like, oh, like Samantha, like she's a dancer now, like something like that, you know? They'll just like run with it, you know?
Okay, because I feel like it goes in the sense of, you know how we were talking about um being in a space with somebody you feel uncomfortable with and you're
Yeah.
just like not yourself.
Yes.
So I think in high school there was a lot of instances where there was like, it wasn't a space where I was uncomfortable with one single person.
Mhm.
Rather, I was just uncomfortable with the group dynamic.
Mhm.
So I would just not want to like be there.
Yeah.
And it would be that for like a bunch of um like different groups. So then I also got like oh, you're a shy person.
Mhm.
And me, I'm an extrovert.
Yeah.
And I don't want to claim that, but like I think I
No,
am.
I think so too.
But I was just like, am I really like like I don't know what to say
Y'all
to
got
that.
me questioning now.
No, I'm like, bro, what? Like, and and then yeah, they'd be like, I'm a quiet person, I'm a shy person. But then I was just like, low key when I'm like happy, like you can't stop me from talking.
Yeah.
But I think my parents have talked about me in low key like a really, I don't know what they were saying was low key like matched with what I was thinking.
Oh, really?
And I was like, okay, like
Okay, guys.
okay, because it was like I found a group of people that I really like vibed with,
Mhm.
and they would tell me, they were just like, we can tell that you're like you're actually happy.
Mhm.
And even like my friends here, like I FaceTime my parents like every weekend,
Mhm.
and a lot of times I'll be with my friends here and I'll just be like showing them to be like, hi Mrs. Ganton, hi Mr. Ganton.
Yeah.
um and they're like, we can tell you're really happy and um you actually enjoy these people.
Mhm.
And I found it so reassuring because I think I would get so misunderstood in terms of I don't want to be with people. Rather, it was just like it
You're just
wasn't the
not the
right
right people.
people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another identity crisis. Well, not even identity crisis, just like something I had to that I just dealt with growing up was that I was it started like in elementary school, um where I would just get told that like I was a nice person, like a really nice person.
Wait, hold on. I love how it's going from you being like a dry, like
Oh
intimidating
yeah, no,
person.
guys.
Wow, this is
Depends on the crowd.
yeah, true,
Anyways,
true. But I, it's true, it's true.
so I guess okay, the first memory I have of this, right? I'm in a classroom with some girls, and they were just kind of like messing around, whatever. I can't even remember what we were supposed to be doing, but I was just sitting there. I was just sitting there, and then they were just like, "Okay, guys, like we gotta stop like messing around, like having fun, sort of thing." Like, um, and one of them was just like, "Oh, we should be like more like Sam. Like, Sam's just like she's such a nice, she's just such a nice, good girl."
Okay, do you think these? I know you're like in element or you're in
Yeah.
elementary.
Ella,
Were-
Ella, Ella. Sorry.
Ella, Ella, Ella. Were do you would you consider? Whoa.
Yes.
Would you consider those people to actually know you?
Oh no,
Okay.
no, yeah. These this whole nice girl identity is an identity that's been put on me by people who don't know me that well. Not saying that, God, I hope that people who do know me that well, I hope that they consider me as a nice person. I'm not saying otherwise. Um, but
But it's like a whole persona.
yes. So, and then it just became this, it kind of became this thing where, if people were to describe me, they would just say that I'm nice, but I think more of the time they meant good. And by good, I think more of the time they meant like you're uh, kind of like very cookie cutter, kind of straight edge. Like you don't have the guts to do anything else,
Oh.
which is why you resort to just being good.
Being like a yes ma'am kind of person.
Yeah, and like also like being like a stereotypical teenager where like people sometimes want to like break the rules or be like funny, rowdy, loud. Like I'm just naturally quiet, and I
That's like my sister.
being
And I don't want to assume her personality or
yeah.
anything. But
But
she's like
like I'll follow instructions. I'll do my homework like in class. If I have nothing to say, then I won't say anything. Like I'll try not to. I don't know. It's just I'm just existing.
mhm.
I'm just existing, guys. Um, but anytime that I would do anything like loud, try to be funny, like I said, like smile, laugh loudly, anything like that, it seemed like really out of character and people would point it out.
But not it wouldn't seem like that for you. It was like people it would seem
Yeah.
like that for and from the outside perspective.
Yeah, these people who of course I know like don't know me that well, and maybe I shouldn't be caring that much about their opinion.
Mhm.
For many people to tell me that it seems so out of character when it felt very me.
Mhm.
It was definitely something where I was like, damn, like people think I'm like so boring and like lifeless. And people really do think I just read all day.
Would you say that if people were like, "Oh, that's out of character for you," would you try to act quote unquote in character the next time?
It would just make me want to shut down. Like, I don't even know if I'm describing it necessarily, but nobody would necessarily say, like, oh, that's out of character. But there'd be times where people would just be like shocked or like it would get quiet, um, sort of thing. And yeah, I kind of would want to resort back to just being quiet
Mm.
because I'm just like, oh, I guess this is what people are used to when it comes to me. Or like,
It's loud running.
he was listening too.
Oh my goodness. Talk about will I get canceled for this? A chocolate demi glaze. Anyways.
Anyways, okay. Yeah, it would just make me want to shut down
Mm.
and just kind of resort back into my shell. Um, I guess like I don't know if I'm explaining this well, but like I guess a good example is like there was a friend of mine.
I'm so sorry.
My pauses? What?
I'm just he was glistening.
He was. He was like super sweaty.
He was glistening. I'm sorry. I know you're getting deep right now. There was a friend.
Okay, yeah, there was a friend of mine who um she would start to like, kind of stray away from my high school friend group. And I think it's just because, I don't know, she just like found other friends and stuff like that. But, she would engage in typical high school stuff like going to parties, drinking, I don't know, vaping, whatever. Things that I just like genuinely wasn't interested in, you
Mhm.
know? But I noticed that whenever she would talk about it with other people, she would be very open about it, kind of braggy about like, oh my gosh, guys, like that party last night was so crazy, like oh my gosh, I got so drunk, like sort of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when she would converse like with me, she would censor it because it's almost like, oh, Sam's a good girl, like she won't like understand like this whole like drinking,
Mm-hmm.
swearing, even like swearing, like she wouldn't swear around me. But then suddenly I hear her telling the same exact story to somebody else, and it's just like whoa, 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 like going off about like all the details, all the juicy details.
I'm not
But
gonna
when
lie,
it
that's
came to
my sister.
me,
I don't swear around her. Keep going.
but when it comes to me, it's like it had to be censored because like I have this perceived innocence to myself. I'm like apparently naive, and it's all because like I'm a good girl, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
in a way, who doesn't engage in all these things. Um and like I mean, yeah, like at the time in high school, I genuinely did not care about partying or drinking or any of those things.
Party in the
Um
Hollywood Hills.
this song. Um Nor did I really like, I didn't like look down on it. But I think another reason why I wasn't interested in it was because I feel like if I did partake in it, it would seem out of character or
Mm.
that sort of thing. And I kind of didn't want to go like off grid on what people thought of me in
Mm-hmm.
a way. It's, I don't know. But yeah, I guess when I thought more about it, at first I was like, of course, like I love being called like a nice person. But then what I was like getting about when I thought more about it was like, I hate that this is like the only thing that people have to say about me. Almost in a way that I wish that like, because like yeah, I'm like, I hope I strive to be nice every day, but you know me, like I can be like sarcastic and
Mm-hmm.
like kind of like sassy. Sometimes like you don't know when I'm like joking sometimes.
And then
Like
when I don't hear the "I'm just joking," I'm like, "Oh, is she joking? Is she not joking?"
and like I think also like especially now like I've gotten way more comfortable with being a little bit more confrontational when I'm not like you know okay,
Mm-hmm.
or like I'm not okay with maybe something that happened.
Mm-hmm.
um and in those moments you're not necessarily like nice about it, but like I'm just being honest
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing. um but yeah, before like I knew that like entirely that I'm not this cookie cutter nice person. Like I have like other parts of me where I can be like sarcastic and like all those other traits that I just said, like, and I wish that I could be called those too. I seemed like one I felt like other people just saw me as super one dimensional. Yeah. And it kind of like made me at times think like maybe I am like one dimensional, and it would like sometimes make me like if I was excited about something or if I'm interested in something, I almost felt hesitant sharing it with people because I didn't want to be hit with the whole like, oh, like really?
I agree with that,
So,
especially with me saying I like BTS.
but like for example, like I want to get a tattoo. I actually want to get multiple tattoos.
Okay.
Pretty small tattoos. I'm not trying to get a sleeve or something, you know. But anyways, I want to get tattoos, right?
Uh huh.
And I remember I've always wanted a tattoo. I've always wanted one since middle school. I would literally, I would literally draw like with a pen. I would draw like a heart on my wrist, and I would redraw it every day because I wanted it to seem like I had a tattoo, sort of thing.
You could
I
have got one in high school. Yeah.
I wanted to marinate on it, even though I really, really, really wanted a tattoo. I really wanted to make sure that it was something I actually wanted. Um, but I remember when I would share that to some people, they'd be like, "Really? Like you actually like you would get a tattoo?" Because I don't know, tattoos are
Like
um
taboo.
not necessarily taboo, but like I think people just thought I wasn't cool enough for a tattoo, sort of thing. Like, oh, Sam, who reads all day apparently and stays quiet all day, wants a tattoo, sort of thing. Um, yeah, something like that. Where I'm
Mm.
just like, I've always wanted a tattoo, but now it's just like, now I almost don't want to share the I've always wanted a tattoo or that I do want a tattoo. So when people would say like in high school, oh, like guys, I'm gonna get a tattoo. Like I really want a tattoo. Like I would stop sharing that I wanted a tattoo because I didn't want to go through the whole like you would want a tattoo, like sort of
Mm.
thing. Like I would love to get a lip tattoo if I could. I would so get a lip tattoo of something just like
What's the point of
kind
a
of
lip
funny.
tattoo though?
That is the point. That it's just kind of it's just kind of
That
fun.
is the point.
There's no reason for it, and it's kind of like nobody would really see it. It's just fun. Um, yeah, I would love to spontaneously get a lip tattoo,
Hmm.
but yeah, if
I
oh
think me and
gosh,
my cousins were planning on getting a lip tattoo.
see, like why not? But gosh, if I said something like that in high school or in middle school, or even yeah, I don't know, just just people in my hometown at least, people would just be like, "What? That's so out of character for you. That's so unlike you," sort of thing.
Hmm.
Um, because I guess that's not what like a nice,
Innocent.
naive, good girl.
We could have gone back and forth.
um, Really, that's like that just doesn't align with who they think that I am.
Mm.
So yeah, I would stay quiet, not in general, but also just like quiet about certain interests that I had because I didn't want to go through that whole thing. I guess.
I have another instance of misunderstanding, and I think this is more so from personal misunderstanding of other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, we sometimes we're talking about us feeling misunderstood.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we're gonna misunderstand other people,
Of course, yeah.
and I think one instance that I'm like, it was kind of, it was eye opening to see like friend groups, and I'm not talking about anybody in particular,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just saying like people.
Just to put it out
Just put it out there. I think I'm talking about you.
there.
But friend groups who love each other so much online,
Okay.
and then when you talk to them, they fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
And it was like, damn, I thought y'all were like
Like
close,
this.
like this, but nah, y'all are avoiding each other every single day.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, but you're still gonna post like a picture and be like, bae, or like,
Oh my gosh, babe, you're so cute.
right? And they don't even
Like,
talk to each other.
love you so much. Oh my gosh, I miss you.
Or we were talking about this, I think, before we even recorded, where it was like relationships being put online,
Yes. Yeah.
where it seems like the relationship is so good, but sometimes like it could be in reality like they're overcompensating that
Exactly. Yeah.
because they want external validation rather than validation from the other person.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I think this misunderstanding of, or this understanding that not everybody online who seems to like each other like likes each other,
Mm-hmm.
or like it just put into perspective of like, wow, I didn't really feel like, I felt like I feel like I didn't have that much worth because I didn't get these comments, or like
Mm-hmm.
these external friends being like, "Oh my gosh, look at this
Yeah.
person." And when I heard that those people don't like each other, it's like, "Oh, well, if they don't really like each other and they're getting that external validation,
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want that external validation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want it to be fake at all.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather you, honestly, I'd rather somebody not
Comment at all.
not comment at all,
Yeah.
rather than being like, oh my gosh, this is so good, just to like boost my ego or make it seem like we're close,
Mm-hmm.
when in reality, or yeah, and make it seem like if I'm doing something and they're like, oh my gosh, look at this person, like look at what they're doing, it's kind of like almost like they're claiming, like
Mm-hmm.
kind of having a part in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're if I see these other people who I thought they were close to each other and they're actually not, like it comforts me. Like I know that the few like people that, and this doesn't have to, I shouldn't be looking at comments or anything, but the few people that tell me like comment on something that I'm doing, or not even just in social media, but like
Mm-hmm.
the few people that tell me like come up to me after and give me a compliment, I know it's genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I felt like earlier when you were like saying like, oh, like Sam, like me and Layel think of you as like a genuine person. Like that's what matters to me the most. But sorry, when you said like you said comfort and then you touched your hoodie and he's wearing a comfort hoodie. I kind of laughed.